Let me tell y'all something. Those that's talking about going out there making them videos, talking about y'all gonna rob them people's stores because they done cut them SNAP benefits. Let me tell you something. You go out there, you gonna give them folks every legal right to bop you across your head. Baby, they're going to be justified in bopping you across your head. You better learn how to cook some quick, cheap, easy meals. You could take some tuna, some cream of mushroom, peas, and throw some noodles in it. You want to get fancy, crumble some crackers on the top. You got tuna casserole. You can take you some beans. I don't care if it's black bean, pinto beans. If you don't know how to make them homemade, you can buy them in a can from the Dollar Tree with some rice, baby, and you got beans and rice. Get you some cornmeal, honey, a little bit of oil, make some hot skillet cornbread. And you can take some peanut butter with some jelly and make a sandwich, grilled cheese with some bread, honey, and get your tomato soup. You got a meal and sit down somewhere. Don't go out in them streets because they going to bop y'all in the head. Don't do it.
Try to appeal to the humanity in a fellow American, but I realize y'all just don't care. So let me break it down for you. There's 3 groups of people that will not be affected by the suspension of SNAP benefit. The president, Congress, and the 1%. Everyone else is about to feel the heat of this. Want to know why? 2024, $100 billion was spent in what? Food stamp benefit. That's grocery stores, supply chain, truck drivers, and then the truck drivers need fuel, so gas stations, I can keep going. But I'm sure you don't care, because you probably don't work for one of those groups. Well, guess what? Your little groceries, they're going to go up. So, happy defending.
If I were president and people were talking about looting grocery stores online and then going and actually doing it, your welfare benefits would be suspended. You are not allowed to steal from your neighbors and attempt to incite a riot and also demand assistance at the same time. I grew up on Section 8 and welfare, and to be completely honest, with all of the benefits that we got, there was rarely food in the house. Why? Because my mom sold the food stamps. I knew how to sell food stamps. All children know how to sell food stamps. Why do we know how to do that? It's just time to cut back on addictions and overspending and eating out. That's what that means. I see so many posts, like the middle class, talk about how we don't get assistance in this country, right? But they just didn't grow up with assistance, so they actually don't know how many people are being paid to sit at home and take vacations and things like that. So yeah, if you were posting online and you get busted for stealing a bunch of food from a grocery store, if I were president, you would end up on the welfare no-fly list. No questions asked. Maybe that would make people think twice before they steal food out of their neighbors' mouths. And to also remember that it's the working class's taxes that have paid for you to stay home with your children, be well fed and taken care of with all of your bills paid, while everyone else goes out and works their fucking ass off. But when we did have food, where do we get it from? We got it from the church pantry, okay? So people need to be hitting up their local churches. And if your local churches can't do this for you, you need to ask where all of that money is going and where all of their food donations are going. And to the people somewhere in the middle that this doesn't exactly include, but to where you really rely on those food stamps because you're right there. You are right fucking there. I need for you to pray. And we need to start relying on each other to see how we can help one another. The power is with the people. And I know, with fear, things feel bleak. But the answers are between us. We just have to be willing to discuss them.
And now they've lost their minds. I seen a post yesterday, and it had the nerve to say, the government is aiming to homeschool all kids. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, allegedly. They want all these kids to stay home. Now, this is the part where I want you to make it make sense. Hella of them kids that you want to stay home, they parents is on food stamps. But you want the parents to go to work. You don't want to give them the food stamps no more. You want them to be at work. So, how the hell do you expect somebody to be at work and school their kid? You want them to be a stay-at-home parent and a CEO. You want them to be a mom and a manager. Everybody's not Kris Jenner. We can't all be momagers, okay? And the way life is going, you have to choose. Do you pay for gas or do you pay for groceries? Because they're both the same price. This cannot be real life at all.
You have to be a real dumbass if you ever plan on looting these stores, raiding these stores, all because you're not getting your EBT on November 1st. Do you not know that these stores and law enforcement actually be on social media? Do you not know they're already prepared what they're about to do because they already know it's about to be like another Black Friday situation, except it's going to be even worse because people going to actually leaving these stores with carts full of food because their EBT cards not working? Y'all don't think they actually watching social media for that, what y'all about to do? Now, I did say in my last video about when EBT is not going to be given to people on November 1st, that the only people I do feel bad about are the elderly, senior citizens, the disability people that cannot get around all. And I also forgot to mention the kids itself because they didn't ask in the situation, they didn't ask to be here, they just so happened caught up in it. And those are the ones I actually feel bad about. And I also want to say is those of you that's been finessing the system, let this be a lesson learned that you cannot depend on anyone to fund your lifestyle. I see more PSA videos on my For You page when people saying that they're going to start looting these stores if they don't get the EBT on November 1st. I'm like, what's good going to do for you? Because all it's going to do is get you behind handcuffs and locked up. And I've already seen on social media some of the Walmarts has already been looted because people are actually walking out the stores with a basket full of groceries. So it has already been officially started. Just November 1st going to get even worse. But I hope a lot of you that's saying that you actually going to plan on doing it, y'all just doing this for cap or doing this for views or whatever, because don't do it. Those people don't hear that saying that what they about to do, they're going to go ahead and do it, get out their way. If you see something, don't say nothing, mind your business. But I hope a lot of you guys over here making videos about if you don't get your EBT by November 1st, you're gonna start looting these stores. I'm pretty sure this is nothing but all cap. I mean, a lot of you making it seem like working 20 hours a week is a lot. I work 40 hours a week or sometimes even more, so you really got it better than me. And the only thing is eligible for you to get stamps is to work 80 hours a month. That's really nothing. So y'all don't hear complaining about y'all EBTs y'all not getting your EBTs on November 1st. Let this be a lesson learned. Those of you that's finessing the system to get your ass up and get a fucking job.
If you are one of those people that are rejoicing about SNAP benefits not being available in November, that will affect a lot of children and elderly people, I don't trust you. We would never get along. Because contrary to what you believe, there are a lot of people out here who did it the right way. And one incident, one occurrence caused them to need assistance. And even those people who did not do it the right way, a child should never suffer. It is not the child's fault. You know, I was one of those children who did not always have enough food. And my mother did it the right way. My mother was married to my father when I was born. They divorced when I was 4 because he did some horrific things. And my mother was still able to provide for her family. She had a very good job. But one incident threw us into a whirlwind, changed my whole life. My oldest sister went to prison when she was 14. And when that happened, it was a very highly publicized case. And it was media attention all over. They followed us everywhere we went. You could not open the door. It was just media everywhere. They followed her to work, causing my mother to lose her job. They felt like the media attention was going to be bad for business. And so they let my mother go. And my mother struggled. And she held it afloat for a minute, but looking for another job became impossible because this media frenzy was following her. And I was sent to live with a couple of people that I love dearly, 2 women that I love dearly, for a little while because my mother became homeless. She didn't even have anywhere for us to live. She sent my middle sister to live with her dad, and I went to live with a couple of women that helped my mother raise me. And it was tough. And my mother got on her feet, and she got an apartment in the projects, and I went back with my mother. But let's be clear, she was still struggling, and I mean struggling. And my mother worked 3 jobs and was still struggling in the early 80s. I have never seen someone work as hard as her. She worked so much, and it still was not enough. And if you make $1 over the amount that they feel like is enough to sustain a family, you don't get any help. So my mother did not get any help at the time. She was struggling. And so because she could not get any help, there were many nights that I know my mother went to bed hungry. I know for a fact. And many nights that I went to bed without enough either, because there was just not enough resources. Now, fast forward to today. When those SNAP benefits do not go out in November, there are a lot of children, due to no fault of anything that they have done, that will be affected. It is not the child's fault. It was not my fault that my mother lost her job and we got sent into homelessness as a child. That was not her fault. It is not any child's fault that their mother had more children than they could afford. And then the elderly people, who a lot of them have worked their whole lives struggling. And then they retire and get this little bullshit ass Social Security you offer them that can't support them without the help of supplements. A lot of them who fought for this country that you all claim to love so much, but you're rejoicing in some of them going hungry. It's selfish. And all I'm going to tell you is karma is a bitch. I pray that these same people that are rejoicing are never in a situation where they need that assistance. Because it is a whole different ball game when you cannot provide for your family. And be clear, I'm not on any assistance. I don't get assistance from anybody for anything. But I have a heart, because I have been in a situation where I didn't have enough. And all I'm saying is, before y'all are out here rejoicing and thinking this is cool, just hope that your ass is never in a situation where you need it. Because I'm telling you, things can switch in the blink of an eye, and sometimes due to no fault of your own. So remember that in all your little rejoicing rants.
Hey folks, I don't know how many people that the government shutdown has affected yet, but I know next week it's going to affect a lot of people. Those people who are dependent upon government help, whether it's welfare or food stamps or something like that, they're going to be without next week. And let's pray that the government opens back up before then. But if it's still shut down next week, Christians especially, but anybody, but Christians especially, you're going to need to ask God to sort of put up your spiritual antenna and make you aware of the people around you. That when you go to the grocery stores and when you go to Walmart and when you go to these places, that you just ask God to let you see the need of somebody around you. And you're going to need to pay for their groceries or pay for their needs with what you have. And this is the time that we're actually going to be Christ and not just talk like Christ. So there's time for both, but now's the time to where it's got to cost us something. And David said to Aaron, I will not offer to God that which costs me nothing. So God's been good to me. God's been good to you. And next week, you're going to pass that forward to the people who are in need. I hope it helps.
What's crazy to me is that the majority of people who are criticizing those that are on food stamps are literally one step away from being homeless. Your odds of being homeless tomorrow and needing financial aid from the government are predominantly higher than your odds of becoming a millionaire tomorrow. I don't give a fuck if you work 12 jobs every single day. One house fire, one car accident, one illness or complications from an illness is all it takes for you to lose every fucking thing. But yet here you are, criticizing people whose stories you don't even fucking know, bro. Most of the people who are on food stamps have jobs that nobody fucking else wants to do, but they are jobs that need to be done. For example, I worked at a daycare taking care of rich people's children for $12 an hour. Now, what if all those fucking underpaid daycare employees decided to just up and quit their fucking job and go find another job like you said? Then who's gonna watch your fucking snotty ass kids? Cause it ain't about to be me, bitch. I'm telling you right now, if you don't fucking humble yourself today, the world will humble you. I can say for a 125,000% fact that nobody with an EBT card finds it to be a good time when they have to swipe that bitch at the cash register while there's 4 rich white men standing behind them scoffing at them for using government assistance because everybody's so goddamn nosy. Everybody cares about what everybody else is fucking doing. Well, shut the fuck up, bitch, because guess what? You're one house fire away from doing it too. You are one fucking car wreck away from losing everything and needing those same exact benefits. If you don't qualify for them, that's a good thing. That means you are not in some of the predicaments that some other people in this country are. Be thankful you don't qualify. Don't be mad. Be thankful. And if you are mad, hold up. Because if you are mad that you're not qualifying for food stamps, maybe you should get another job. Maybe you should get a better paying job. Humble yourself or the world.
I need y'all to be paying attention to what's going on in our country right now. So we are in the midst of a government shutdown. There's the threat of people not being able to receive food benefits come November. And a lot of people are making a joke of this and saying, oh, people need to get jobs if they're on food stamps. A lot of people who receive food assistance do have jobs. And this is not just going to hurt the people and the kids that won't be eating. It will be hurting the disabled, the elderly, the businesses that those food stamps support, the farmers. So this will be a negative domino effect. And when I'm talking to my people and people are like, how do we get here? My only question is, did you vote? Elections. An elected official, somebody who was elected to a seat, made this decision that is negatively impacting you. That's how we got here. That is how we got here. And these people don't give a damn about those of us who will be struggling. And people are like, well, if you have a job, no. Minimum wage federally is still $7.25. States didn't have the option to raise their minimum wage. But what states have not done so? The southern states. And cost of living has increased. People cannot pay for rent. People cannot pay for childcare and food, all on low wages. That just doesn't make logical sense. So this is the time that I will say, help your neighbor. I will be helping those who I can help. I'll be, doing my part, and we'll get through this. But this goes to show that elections have consequences. They really do. And you need to realize who do and do not give a damn about you.
Listen, not receiving stamps next month shouldn't make you mad and upset. It should teach you how to budget and save. It basically telling us, this is my opinion. I think they're trying to tell us, start utilizing it in the right way. Because, they want to take off the chips and the soda. A lot of people go buy bullshit because the amount of food stamps that they get, or whatever the case may be, but they don't take it serious. I receive food stamps, so that's how I know. I don't been in situations where I had to budget to the next month, whatever, so I understand it. But that's what I get from it. Just learn to budget and save. Get yourself prepared to get off government assistance.
My fellow American citizens, do not panic, all right? I know they took our food stamp. Don't panic. Don't go into chaos. That's really what they want. You got to remember that they want our energy. The only way they know how to get our attention is by doing some shit like that. Food stamps. They know our black ass, white ass, whoever get them food stamps need them fucking food stamps, bro. And they know the shit gonna cause chaos. And that's what they want y'all to do, so they can just easily pew pew knock us out the map. But we cannot allow them to do that. Don't start no war. Don't panic. Everything is in control. If you believe in God so motherfucking much, source, whatever you want to call it, know that you will be provided for. This land is motherfucking yours. I'm way in Thailand, but I'm just trying to help the people because I already see the shit. I see the shit happening. They want war, but that's not what we need in this time. We need peace. We need love. This is a time where y'all all come together and we feed each other like how we really supposed to be doing, but we so distracted. The people that's making money and feel like they rich, they don't give a fuck about the people. We don't give a damn about each other. If it ain't about the money, we don't care, and that's fucked up. That's why we gotta do better, and that's why they able to control everything that they controlling today, because we don't know no better. We don't know who the fuck we are for real. We don't know that we got control of everything that's going on in this world, bro. So be still. Be peaceful. Go outside, meditate, walk around, get in some grass, and know that source is going to provide. Ain't no need to panic. It's all under control, I'm telling you.
Okay, y'all. So everybody's talking about this food stamp thing that's going on right now. So I got a little bit more information. So just listen to me. Comment, share, whatever you want to do. But I signed up. I've been working 2-3 jobs all forever. Right now, I'm no longer working, and it's been about 3 weeks since I haven't been working. So I applied for food stamps last night. They called me back this morning to do an interview for the food stamps. Well, once we did everything, she got all my information, everything that I told her. They asked me about my, the working and all this stuff and everything else, like Cassandra, blah, blah, blah. But the main thing she did tell me was, if you're trying to get adult Medicaid, it has to be a child in the house 18 and under. Okay, that's first for Medicaid, for adults or anybody. Second, now the requirements, I signed up for food stamps because I'm trying to get food stamps, because I'm no longer working at this moment. Well, in order for you to get approved for food stamps for only 3 months, they only do it 3 months at a time, and I keep reviewing it. You have to be working a part-time job, 10 to 20 hours a week. You have to be working. You have to be stable. You have to be doing something. So I asked her, when I was working before, I was unable to get food stamps. Now that I don't have a job, you can't get it? She says, no, we are not giving out food stamps to no one who signs up if they don't have a job. You got to at least be working up to 20 hours in order to get approved for 3 months worth of food stamps. So I'm letting you know, this is truthfully, because I literally just signed up for it last night to see what's really going on with the government and how they're working with things. And yes, they are cutting people off food stamps. So if you do not have a job, you better go out there and go get you a job ASAP, because you might be losing your benefits. Okay? They said they're only dispersing benefits 3 months at a time. So that means if they give them to you and they give them to you for 3 months, you got to go through a whole new process and redo the food stamps all over again in order to see if you're going to get approved for that second go round of 3 months. So all y'all out there that don't have a job, you need to go out and go pick up a job. If it's an Uber, whatever you're doing out there, you need to go pick up a job or pick up something ASAP. I've already been job hunting. I don't go without jobs. I keep 2 and 3 jobs at a time. I will be with another job soon. That's nothing for me. And I'm going to reapply, just like they told me to. So, yes. So I just want to let you know what's going on, so y'all will know what's going on out here.
You're not getting your food stamps on November 1st. Nobody is. Guess what? There's a lot of people talking about they're going out looting. A lot of people say, oh, I'm not going to let my little children starve. Fuck that. Fuck that. I'm going to loot. I'm going to get mine. Guess what? You don't love your kids. You don't even love yourself. You don't love your kids, because if you loved your kids, you wouldn't be out looting. You wouldn't be talking about looting, putting your life in jeopardy. Who the fuck's going to watch your kids while you get locked up? Maybe you got somebody watch your kids. If I do some shit like that, I ain't got nobody to keep mine. So I'm going to stay out the damn way. I'm not going to be part of the problem. You shouldn't be part of the problem. It's nobody's responsibility to feed you and your kids but yours. You don't want to have them. So you're going to wait till the last damn minute and just depend on shit. Where's your plan B? Where's your plan C? People kill me. It's nobody's responsibility to feed your kids but you. It's not the government's responsibility. It's a you problem. Stop being part of the fucking problem. If you don't know how to cook, Google. How do I make fucking beans and rice? How do I feed a family of 6 or 7 with $5 or $6? Sell some shit you have. If you can buy tennis shoes for $200 and $500 outfits, and you driving around a Lexus, you can buy some motherfucking groceries. If this is only going to be a temporary situation, the government shut down many times before. You got to get your food stamps eventually. Calm the fuck down. Let me tell you something. One of you motherfuckers knocks me over in the goddamn stores while I'm making groceries, I'm going to knock you the fuck out.
I have been seeing so many videos about the No Stamp November or No Snap November. Number one, let me just say, I my heart goes out to everybody who receives food stamps and will not be able to get any food stamps for next month, because next month is Thanksgiving, and who wants to celebrate Thanksgiving without any Thanksgiving food? It's so sad. But my view on it is, I feel like it's a distraction from something. We got a lot of shit been going on since 2025 got in here, and it's like every single day, it gets weirder and weirder and weirder. Like, out of my 36 years of being on this earth, I would never think that anything in this form of nature would happen. I mean, it's insane. I don't know what kind of game they're playing, but it's one hell of a game. I mean, you're playing with innocent lives. You're causing stress. Everybody is already stressed. You work a full-time job and you struggle. Everything is high. And then I was just seeing this morning, gas was high, but gas is going down. But what you gonna have gas for? And you can't eat that gas. You gotta have food. Fuck that gas. I mean, shit. That's why you got Pat and Tom. Get a bicycle, get a scooter. But gas is going down and groceries are constantly going up. What sense does that make? It makes no sense at all. And I feel like, when I say I feel like it's a distraction, I feel like they are trying their best to come up with a reason to enforce the martial law. Because the videos that I have seen, and I'm not saying that people are wrong, because I be damned if anybody calls me and mine to go hungry. True enough, it is wrong for stealing, but if you a single parent like me, I'm a single parent. I got 2 kids. I don't receive child support. I work every single day, Monday through Friday. I work a 9 to 5. I try my best each and every day. Some days are better than others. Everybody is going through something. And if it was left up to me and I didn't have no way of getting food for me and mine, you best believe, I'm being honest, I'll steal for my kids. And that's the God honest truth. I will steal for my kids. I will rob for my kids. I will die for my kids. Anything with my kids. I do not care who you are, who you with, what you got going on. If it's anything about my kids, I will do my damnness for my children, because I know ain't nobody else gonna do like I will for my kids. I don't care. So, like I said, yes, true enough, it is wrong for stealing, but for the people that don't have anybody that can help them to get food and to help feed them, and they are a single parent and they are the only one that's making sure that everything is done for their kids, and there is no money left. You got all these bills. You got to try to make sure you pay your bills. You got to make sure your kids eat. You got to make sure they got everything that they need. And you talking about taking away the number one source that they need to survive. And you taking it away. And this is in America. America. I would have never thought I would see the day that shit like this would get like this. Out of the 36 years I have been on this earth, I have never heard any kind of stupidity I would have never thought that I would hear anything like that. And it's sad. It's real sad. But I feel like it's a distraction. They doing a lot of shit. Trump doing a lot of shit. And I've been hearing about this ballroom or some shit that they supposed to be building or sending money to Argentina. But I'm like, motherfuckers in your own country, in the United States, need that money to survive. And ever since 2025 has gotten in here, well, I'll say I'll probably say it started about 3, maybe 4 years ago when prices of shit started going up, groceries and stuff started going up. It's like ever since COVID, the world has gotten weirder and weirder. It's gotten dumber. It has been dumbed down. The craziest shit has been normalized. Like, I feel so bad for those people. And I know people myself that get food stamps. I have family members that get food stamps. And, with 2025, the way that it's been going, I mean, you never know. Thanksgiving probably would have made it so heartwarming or heart filled with love, with all the stress that people have been enduring these past 10 months of being in 2025. That Thanksgiving would probably have been the number one holiday that would just lift a burden off people's shoulders, to be able to be around their family members, being able to eat and enjoy and oh my God, it's crazy. It's so crazy. If people don't get their food stamps, it's gonna be a whole bunch of goddamn stealing. It's gonna be some stealing. And you best believe, if I'm in line myself at the grocery store and I'm waiting to pay for my shit and I see a whole bunch of people running in, grabbing shit, running, I may be one on that run too. Not saying that I want to, but I may be one that run too. But
these folk done cut off food stamps in Alabama. I hate that shit because I would buy them bitch from somebody. But I ain't gonna sit here in front. I'm gonna be real. If you elderly, you need them. If you in a struggling position right now, I understand you need them. But for people who just getting food stamps, defrauding the government and all that shit with our money, cause that's it's taxpayers, it's our money paying for that shit. You don't need them. If you land on your back having kid after kid after kid, living in the projects, sucking up all the welfare, then you don't need it. It need to be a change in your life, whether it's from the government or it's from yourself. This could be a sign. Stop laying down having all them motherfucking children. Prioritize better in your life like everybody else in America gotta do, and you'll be alright. I don't feel sorry for nobody who been sucking off the government for 20 motherfucking years and you able-bodied. You ain't got no illness. Only illness you got is you can't stop having fucking children. That's your illness. I don't feel sorry for you. I really don't. I feel sorry for the people who struggling, the older people. I'm talking about the people that's really struggling, the people that need this to get on their feet type shit. I understand that. But if you been getting motherfucking food stamp for 20 some years, 10 years, and you able-bodied, the only illness you got is you keep popping out motherfucking children everywhere, you don't need them.
That the only illness you got is that you can't stop popping out babies. And I couldn't agree with that more. Ain't no reason why you got multiple kids and you working minimum wage. That's not the government's fault. That's your fault for not better preparing. Why are you having more kids and you don't have any money? It doesn't make sense. And when people say to me, I love my kids, so I'm going to steal for them, it's a very weird concept because you do know that that will take you away from your kids or could possibly take you away from your kids. So I don't know what kind of love that is. And I don't think that's ever a good idea, to turn to crime to be able to provide for you and yours. It just doesn't make sense. Let me know in the comment section how you feel about it. Check these videos out. And as always, we are going to be on top of this food crisis that's going on in America, so stay tuned. They have announced that benefits for November are suspended. So, see y'all on the next one. Foodie gang, gang, gang. Foodie gang, gang, gang.